All right, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. Today is Thursday, August 24th. Time is 6:30 p.m. Would you call the roll, please?
President Riley?
Here.
Vice President Janner? Absent. Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
Commissioner Egan?
Present.
Commissioner Ensign?
Here.
Commissioner King?
Here.
Commissioner Todd?
Here. We need a motion to Commissioner Janner via phone.
We have a motion and a second to allow Vice President Chair, now we've established a physical form to join by phone.
Yeah, for the record, he is away for business purposes.
Thank you. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Ensign?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Aye.
Commissioner King?
Yes.
President Riley?
Yes. Motion passes, so let me attempt to call. Attempt, please.
Good job. I think one first.
I tried, I'm the first time.
You just don't tell that once. You do it wrong, like the motion I see doing this
This is why big women need to sit.
Rich.
Hey, Vice President Chairman, welcome to the meeting.
Thank you.
We now have full attendance. Is anyone signed up from the public to speak?
No.
The next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
All right, move to approve, to accept consent agenda items A through D.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Ensign?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Aye.
Commissioner King?
Yes.
Vice President Janner?
Yes.
President Riley?
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda as accepted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item we have is unfinished business. We have no unfinished business, so we move on to new business. First is discussion topics. Item number one is the fiber optic cable connection.
Yes, at the February 9, 2017 Park Board meeting, the Park District approved an agreement. It was called the Second Amendment IGA agreement for fiber optic cable connection. It involved auxiliary connections from the admin building to the RCC to the Riverwalk Cafe in Centennial Beach. This spring, the city and Park District, the city had the contractors that completed the work. The work was very successful. And recently, I would say about a month ago, city staff engaged the Park District system. Are there any other fiber optic cables you might be interested in across the entire district? And so we sat down, we discussed this topic with Omar, and we identified the only really facility that is out there that we would want to hook up in the future would be the 219 Mill facility, which is a North Maintenance facility. So with that being said, we worked with Dirk and City Legal, and we drafted a third amendment to the existing IGA. The intent is to present this to the board for consideration at a meeting in September, and the work would be done sometime in 2018. So we allocate the appropriate funds in the capital budget so we can do this work next year. But we just want to provide you with an update on it, that you will see this coming to you in an upcoming meeting.
Great. And next is web redesign discussion.
Thank you. So as I mentioned before at a board meeting, one of the marketing goals for 2017 is the redesign of napervilleparks.org, our main website. And tonight I've asked Spencer Heward, our web designer, to be here to walk us through the project. The plan is to roll it out by the end of this year, so he's made great progress on it so far. And I wanted to kind of talk about what we've done, where we are, and where we're going with the project. So, sounds good.
Thanks, Sam. I'm just going to start by recapping a little bit of the feedback process that we've been through. We started in early January. We've had 103 people already provide feedback on the current website that we can use to make changes for the new website. We had our online website survey that was up for about 3 months. We sent around a commissioner feedback survey. We did an in-person focus group, and then we did an online webinar focus group. And those were all conducted first quarter this year. The common themes we received were that the current website is not mobile friendly. This the current website, it's not mobile friendly. We know about that. That was one of the initial plans from the very beginning that we knew that we needed to transition to. Our program offerings are kind of varied and hard to find. That was another common theme, and that the design is outdated. So, this is the new site that we've been working on. As you can see, it's, you can't see it's mobile friendly, but it is mobile friendly. It's responsive design, so it'll work on any tablet or phone and whatnot. One of the things that directly came out of the focus groups are the colored tabs at the top that directly link to our program categories, and those are also directly associated with the categories in the program guide. So you'll be able to see it in multiple places. Just quickly refer to that programming section. We've got the 3 main buttons. These are our 3 most important buttons. The online registration, weather cancellations, contact us. We moved those to a prominent location. We also had a request to have our virtual program guide more prominent. So the idea here is that all this content is easily movable. So we can rotate it around. Sam and I talk about a 30, 60, 90 process of, something coming down the pipe. It will start at 90 days, and it might start at the bottom of the site. In 60 days, it'll move up, and then 30 days away, it's up to the top. And that way you've got multiple touches. So this area is basically just a section where we can highlight different facilities. If we've got stuff going on, if we've got specials at the cafe or whatnot, or something going on at Fort Fitness. This is our typical news section here. And then we've got the virtual program guides kind of in this section here on the homepage. We've got another section here where we can do specials and whatnot. This is one of those sections like I was just explaining that we can rotate around. This might move up as it gets closer to whatever the dates are. We've got a section here where we can highlight certain videos. This one's just last year's State of the Park District that I threw in here, but this could be board meetings or just whatever's kind of important. And then I just threw this up here. We can use a lot of our data and show that in different ways with this new design, whether it's graphs, whether it's rotating numbers like this. There's a lot of functionality built into this new template that we're using, and I haven't even really scratched the surface. We're still kind of working through it, but I just wanted to show you an example there. I'm going to show you 2 more pages.
Does this look the same on the mobile?
Yes. So this is just an example of a programming page I did where we can feature some of the programs that we want to feature, I guess, up here at the top. Here to get a mock-up of the Children's Lunch Hour Entertainment page. I want every one of our events should have good video, it should have good photography, and that's kind of what we're striving for with this new site. Schedule here. Section for our sponsors. Here's where we have the professional photo galleries. We've got a section here for testimonials, which we could either receive on site. People could post on Facebook if they enjoyed the event. We're also going to have a section here, or basically a form where you can submit your own photos if you're at the event. And then we'll have Google Maps at the bottom. This one actually has 2 children's lunch hours in 2 spots. And then I'll show you the staff page that I was kind of playing around with. This is just an example of kind of taking some of the more boring pages on our current site and kind of jazzing them up a little bit. So we do stuff like this.
It's gotta go.
like to be born.
That ties my ownership. Speaking of new photography. So that's pretty much what I want to show you now. It's still work in progress. The next steps are we're going to be doing beta testing with everyone who provided feedback. We're going to give them the first opportunity. Actually, they're going to get the second opportunity. Staff and board is going to get the first opportunity to provide feedback. And then everyone who provided feedback in our focus groups earlier in the year will get a link and get a chance to comment, and we can make the changes, and then we can roll it out by the end of the year.
So what's the time frame for the beta testing, just so staff and board can be aware as far as when we start that? Because I know you're still working on the site on these.
I'm thinking November, probably mid-November.
Okay.
Question. First of all, just my opinion, I think the design looks very good. Looks like it's going to be a lot easier to work. One of the things about the website is design is fine, but how about the maintenance? How many hours does it take to keep it up, and what's that going to look like going forward? This looks like it's going to be more dynamic than what we have now.
It's a great question, and actually, it's going to be easier to maintain than our current site. Our current site has a lot of pages, and we have 16 users of the Park District that add content to our current site. And I have to handle the rest, and mostly that's because it's actually coding that needs to be manipulated. Where this site is more of a WYSIWYG, kind of what you see is what you get, where you can move, you can drag photos around, you can drag text around. It's going to be a lot easier for our content editors and our web designers. So there will be some time saved there, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to it.
Can you pull the top down again, just so I can see the top? Not so I don't need some.
Just leave that up for the entire meeting.
The what? Yeah, the.
And again, it's still work in progress. I don't have every link on here that's going to be on here. I know that the employment link's not up here. We've got a couple things that we're still going to be adding, so it's not.
Okay. I was thinking that, there's certain things that are required for the accreditation process, which is like, mission vision, which don't know where I would look for that on this at this point in time. And then, staff chart, who's who, and
So on our current site, we've got the mission vision
yeah.
and purpose here at the bottom.
Right.
We haven't really talked about that yet.
It just needs to be on there, I think.
Sure.
Because it's going to be looked at as we
Sure.
go through the
And
process.
the accreditation seals and all of that.
Yeah, but also like a staff org chart is a requirement. that you need to-
So our current staff page looks like this. Just kind of an outdated design.
Yeah, but there is an org chart in there. I did find one.
You're just saying that for accreditation, that's the actual chart.
Yeah. Of how everybody reports.
Okay.
Okay.
So, so you're going to need to look at some of those things and make sure and check.
Right. Any questions?
Can you send me a JPEG of Katie's picture? Turn up Photoshop into something.
Moving on to
Watching a video in your seat.
attempting to move on to declaration of surplus property ordinance number 960.
Yes, in the weekly package was our intent to surplus two state body trucks. Golf wants to surplus two bunker rates, and the recreation department has an inoperable oven range and several pieces of tables and chairs that we more than likely be discarding. The other items we'll be putting on gun fields. That's it there.
All right. Next item is purchase of one 2017 Ford F450 XL 4x2 jump truck from Curry Motors Fleet for $46,686.00.
Yes, also included in the weekly packet was a memo outlining our intent to purchase this truck. Our current vehicle, while the miles are low, does require an engine repaired. It's going to cost in excess of $2,500. And also the dump body itself has significant rust, which is compromising its ability to carry loads. And to replace that would be over $12,000. So our recommendation now is to replace it.
We'll move on to department updates. And first one, we'll start off with administration.
Yeah, if you haven't replied to me about the chamber lunch on Monday, do so by tomorrow, please. If I don't hear from you, I'm just assuming you're not coming. Some of you have already replied. As far as the parade, I've heard from some of you right now. I've got President Riley attending, Commissioner Egan, and Commissioner Carlson is a no. So I need to know if you're coming. Those of you that replied yes, you need a ride. Okay, so we need planning, like I said in my email, I assume both need rides. So, yeah, if you get back to me sooner rather than later.
Who's going to be the group, the groups marching with us?
I thought you'd ask that. It's the Shokatan Karate Group and the Alon Dance Company, so you'll have two. And we'll be handing out Naperville Park District tattoos.
I might have one or two in total with me.
Okay. And I think that's all for administration right now.
Yeah, and I do have to commend you on a great job in the calendar.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Finance.
Finance, just working on general accounting stuff and then the budget season.
HR.
Okay, we recently concluded our first attempt at working with District 203 on a high school intern. We actually did a debrief earlier this week, within the week. We also found those of us that were involved and determined that it was successful, and we're going to look to do it again in 2018. This year, the intern worked largely, I think we used a lot, Spencer too, and ultimately did a project that was presented to the entire leadership team based on data analysis. So we did determine that we may be tweaking the internship based on the candidate we get. This individual really was interested in learning about government, so we did try and get him into different areas, including some programming about social events.
Is the intern a summer type job, or is it through the school?
It was an elite program that began shortly after school got out and concluded at the end of July.
Okay.
About 25 hours a week.
Okay. We had programs before with the school districts where they intern while they're in school.
Yeah,
They get credits.
this wasn't that case. It was modeled after a structure that the city had in place.
Okay.
And it seemed to work, it did work really well.
Yeah.
So we are going to try and do it again. As you know, I am quite involved with Panorama and serve on many of the committees, and we joined IPDC for our health insurance back in January 2016, and I want to let you know that that involvement continues. I was recently appointed to the operations committee and had our first meeting earlier this week. So fall is very busy for my team. We kind of shift our focus, not that we're not supporting other departments, but in the fall we really started doing things where we're driving the process. A lot of the mandatory safety trainings are scheduled in the fall. Just recently concluded respirator training and fall protection training. We have a lot of events coming up too. Chili Lunch, Friday the 13th of October. So mark that on your calendar. Holiday party, obviously we do a little bit more of a formal invitation. Those will be coming out closer to the event. And then working with Stacy to get everything squared away with the VIP night at Santa House that is for staff and commissioners are included and our sponsors. So that is the Saturday following Thanksgiving.
IT.
We are finishing up the season pretty strong here. We've got a couple projects on the line. Some of the current things that we're working on right now are PC replacements for our 3-year plan. So some of those facilities right now that we need to do computers will be RCC, the Visitor Center, 95th Streets, and making some shops. We did do PC replacements already for the central maintenance, Naperville Nature Center. Another project that we will begin working on pretty soon is for updating to Windows 10. Only reason because Microsoft has pushed our hand there, where they are no longer supporting Windows 7. It's going to be harder
marketing and communication, Jerry gave us one big project.
Right, well, I have 3 more things. So last September, I brought to the board a new contract for printing the program guide. And it was a contract where we could go through year 1, similar to the other ones that we've had in previous years, and then we had the option to renew for individuals years 2 and year 3 based on the performance of the vendor. So at the September 14th meeting, I will be bringing to you my recommendation to continue that contract. Basically, it's a formality for you to approve that second year. So everything's going to be the same parameters, the same cost, all of that. It's just a formality, so I'm just giving you a heads up on that. The second thing, we have several playground openings coming up in September and early October. I've confirmed that those are on the board calendar, so all that information should be there. But just again, a heads up, pretty much every week for about 5 weeks, we're going to have a playground opening. And then finally, we recently got on the calendar our 2018 State of the Park District date, which is Saturday, February 3rd. And we're actually going to go back to Community Health RCC. I think it was great to have it here earlier this year, to be able to showcase the facility. But I just think that Community Health may be a little bit better suited to what we're trying to accomplish and not quite as much going on there. So I think it'll be better suited to it.
Bigger too.
Just the room is a little bit better. Instead of having this long, skinny room, it's just more square. So I think it's just better suited in that regard.
Just a quick point for the new commissioners. These playground openings, a couple of years ago, we did what, 13 one year, but that was kind of intense. But anyway, the playground openings are fun, and they're a good way to connect with people in the community. You'll find that a lot of people take a great deal of ownership in their community parks, their neighborhood parks, and they're more than willing to share what they like, what they don't like, and it's just a good way to interact with the public. So even if you come and just spend 15, 20 minutes, it's it's a good use of time if you can make it.
We typically get a good turnout too.
Yeah. Usually starts, you get there's oftentimes a half a dozen people, and then as it's coming up on time, you see all the wagons coming down the street and kids on bikes and stuff like that. And what we do, we used to take, pictures like Ray or, the commissioners, which is probably the most boring thing for them. But now what we do, we take pictures of all the kids and then tell their parents and grandparents that they're going to be up on our website, and, they can pull down so that, it's nice PR for the community. Anything else?
That's it.
Parks and golf.
Yes.
Do people or can they opt out of the physical
Program guide?
guide?
Yes, we do have an opt-out process, yes, and that's actually, it's on the cover of the program guide.
Okay.
And I fielded a couple of calls from people recently who weren't aware of it, so I just educated them. Yeah, but we do keep an opt-out list, and we provide that throughout the process, so then when the delivery happens, those people don't receive it.
Okay, August is a month of transition for us in parks. We not only have our summer help leaving going back to college, but we also shift our whole sports program. So you can see a lot of football goalposts up where there may not have been. Staff is very busy, creating those fields, and as well as a lot of the other parks will shift to soccer from baseball as well. Also at the new Central Shop, that's not new anymore, really. We're starting to really break it in. But we are looking forward to our park police coming over. Boxes are starting to show up, and we're hoping that about mid-September they will be in full operation there. And then again, of course, we're also shifting to our fall maintenance plan where fertilizer will be delivered. It's not all field restoration work. And in golf, we have a real exciting week here to let everyone know about. Monday was our very first women's invitation at Springbrook. It brought 108 ladies. This replaced what was the ladies city championship, which only had about 30 people registered for it earlier, so we did cancel that. So staff got together with a lot of the girls from the league and got their support for it. Sam's team did a great job getting the best message out. We actually had golfers from as far away as Galena that came in for this event. So it looks like we really hit a home run with with this one, and it'll continue. And again, the last couple days, we also had the senior men's city church championship. And again, with the help from Sam's team, had a very good sponsor with Woody. They actually put a car out on one of the par threes. Although as of the middle of today, no one was able to drive it. And they also supplied some good prizes for the other 3 par threes. So hats off to them. And then as far as the performance of the golf courses, August continues to be an awesome one. The weather has been great. Rounds and where our revenues are up and they're over our expectations. I'm happy to report that the Springbrook Range is probably going to hit its highest month ever in the last 8 years. So word is getting out that that's a nice facility for everyone to use. And the high school golf is starting. So if you want to get out in the afternoon, try and get out by 3:30. And also, golf is looking at a possible shift in 2018 from using Golf Now Plus. We are looking at other providers and we're evaluating that, and there'll be more to come with that in the future. That's it.
I happened to go over to Springbrook on Tuesday, and it was a hottest place.
Yeah.
You could barely find a place to park. I mean, there was people everywhere.
Yeah.
And great weather too.
It's very good.
Boy, so boy, it was great.
Thank you.
Eric?
Yes, on Thursday, August 10th, the Naperville Park District hosted the 2018 Capital Projects Open House. We were very fortunate. We had 22 residents attend the open house on the capital improvement projects that span from playground renovation. We have 6 planned for next year in 2018. Sports complex improvements at the Page River Sports Complex. We're looking to renovate the sports lighting and switch that to an LED system. At Frontier Sports Complex, we have a parking lot and irrigation improvements planned for next year. And then also at Cloud Creek Greenway, a shoreline restoration, and at Brook Crossing, the parking lot renovation and sidewalk renovation. So these are more the high-profile projects, but as I mentioned, 22 residents provided input. The input received will assist our project managers in designing scopes for the projects and allocating dollars in our 2018 capital budget. As it relates to the playgrounds, we will reach out to the residents early next year. We'll have a play equipment selection meeting. So all those folks we talked about, President Riley, about meeting in the neighborhoods with the ribbon cuttings, we're going to start that relationship with the residents or further foster it from our meeting on the 10th. Early next year, we're going to invite them all in, especially if it's cold outside, and have a look at all these concepts, and they select the equipment layout that they like the best. And then that's the one we specify, we put in bid docs, and we present a contract to the board. So that's going to happen early next year, and these playgrounds will be renovated in the summer of next year, so we'll have another series of playground ribbon cutting around this time, late summer, early fall next year. So that's the update today.
Recreation.
And I have Brad's update for this evening. First, he wanted to relay that end of summer information. The summer season is quickly winding down, which means that the hours for several of our facilities will be changing. Centennial Beach will conclude the 2017 swim season on Labor Day. The beach remains open on weekends only from now through Labor Day. Paddleboat and kayak rentals continue to be available on non-school days through September. The paddleboat and kayak rentals will close early on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of Labor Day weekend for last fling. The Riverwalk Cafe will change to weekend hours this fall. The cafe is currently open 7 days a week, and this year the cafe will remain open during last fling. Next is Naperville Youth Basketball. Registration for the Park District's fall and winter sessions of Naperville Youth Basketball began on August 15th. Within the first 3 days of registration, the number of participants for the fall season exceeded the total number of participants in 2016. Over 470 players are registered for the program, with over 100 players on the wait list. Youth basketball staff are currently reviewing the wait list to confirm that players are not listed for multiple teams and to ensure that spots on teams that have openings and, when possible, add more teams to the league. The fall league is scheduled to begin in late October. The winter league will begin in January. And lastly, Labor Day Parade. The Naperville Park District's Labor Day Parade entry will feature our Board of Commissioners, participants from the Shotokan Karate program, members of our Elan Dance Company, and Park Police. Approximately 45 to 55 Shotokan participants and 15 to 20 Elan Dance members are scheduled to attend. In addition, Howie and Vicky Mongol, instructors for our Flags and Stepperettes program, will serve as this year's Grand Marshals for the parade. Several members of the Stepperettes program are scheduled to participate in the parade with Howie and Vicky. The parade kicks off at 10 a.m. from Naperville North High School and ends at Naperville Central High School. Additional information on parade staging will be provided in the coming week.
You guys are number 6.
Yay.
Next item on our agenda is future meetings. Next regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners will be September 14th, 2017 at 7 p.m. Naperville City Hall, Council Chambers, 600 South Eagle Street. Next meeting will be a regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners with a new date, and that is September 21st, 2017 at 6:30 p.m. And that is done to accommodate those of us who are going to NRBA. It's also a new location. We'll be at the Central Maintenance Facility Lunch Training Room, 427 West Martin Avenue. The following will be a regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners, October 12th, 2017, 7 p.m. Naperville City Hall, Council Chambers, 400 South Eagle. Next item on our agenda is executive session.
Move to adjourn to executive session to discuss and set price for real estate sale under section 2C6 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Edson?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Aye.
Commissioner King?
Yes.
Vice President Janner?
Yes.
President Riley?
Yes. We're adjourned. Rich, I'm going to hang up and I'll call you right back.
Thank you.
No.
Just wanted to challenge to get in the brand new first try.
I'm taking the under.
There was any overlap. Commissioners, police, showed it not to dance. There's any overlap.
And we get the police.
I guess. Richard, you need to go to the agenda or anything, right?
That's what you're doing first. We have a different recorder or am I recording?
I'm going to see if I can make this work.
Well, I'm gonna